And welcome back here to Versus Live, brought to you by StarTCGames.com and Carnox Chairs. Make sure you can get one of these sweet chairs if you want one. It's at carnox.com/SCG.
Yeah, and if you use that link or whatever, that'll take you to a page that gives us a bit of affiliation with them, gives them this metric of how many people actually visit their website from here, and that helps us potentially negotiate better deals in the future. So we have more sweet chairs, more sweet merch behind us.
I don't know how many more chairs we need.
Dude,
there's only 2 of us.
But what if there were 3 of us? There is going to be 3 of us soon. So
yeah, but not at the same time.
Maybe.
You don't want to share a chair with Corey. You want personalized chairs.
Oh no! I mean, look, someone's going to be in the booth at some point. Right?
Sure,
that's just going to happen. And that we got a little rink-a-dink chair over there right now. We need to upgrade that SOB.
Can we get a picture of that? That'd be great.
I don't think
sad chair.
Hold on, let's do hand cam and I'll just move it so you can know. Yeah. So today we've already gone through one match. We're playing a gauntlet featuring this Bridgevine deck with a bunch of new cards. What happened in the first match?
I won the pre-board game and lost the post-board games.
They were close though. They were every single game was competitive except for one where I drew I had Melee Mage on Ingot Chewer and like double cage or whatever. Yeah, or one cage.
Cage, mage, trap you.
Yeah. That was a good game.
when I set up Triple Bridge. And so some close games post-board. The post-board games are definitely tricky to navigate with this deck. I think I could have done some different things both during the games and in my sideboarding, so hopefully that gets better as the day goes on. But it's going to be, I think a pretty similar narrative. The pre-board games are going to be pretty easy. The post-board games are going to be a whole lot tougher, and it's just going to be up to me to try to snag enough post-board games to take the matches. So we're playing against Azorius Control now, deck that actually has some main deck hate and Surgical Extraction.
Yeah, very similar to the Is It Phoenix decks that sometimes play Surgical Extraction.
Got some snaps to target him back. You have counter spells that can, maybe Dovin's Veto my altar when you're on the play.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah, but I'm not on the play.
No, you're never on the play because you literally haven't lost a match.
I live perpetually on the draw. Look, I can't do better than 3-2 in an open or whatever, so, you know. Yeah, it's because I stopped playing once I get my second loss. All right, so you're going to be on the play here. Let's take a look at these openers. Oof. Ooh. Ooh. I'm going to keep it and get clowned. How about that?
Yep.
Well, game one's already pretty bad. Well, let me talk about it real quick because this is one of the things about Modern, right? Because if I know the specific matchup in game one, there's no way I can keep a hand that's this slow. But against literally every other deck in the format, this hand is not bad. So I think we just keep it, get clowned, and then we learn our lesson. Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. Real life.
I'm at 18.
Yeah.
I'm also just going to draw way better at the pre-board games.
Go ahead. Do your thing. F6.
I'm going to get this down before Todd has potential Dovin's Veto, so I'll go to 16 and play Altar because I don't think I can lose.
No, you can just kill me this turn if you hit a Hagak off the Stitcher Supplier and the Bloodghast. You have a bridge already.
This looks like a screenshot I saw from Dylan Donegan the other day.
So we'll sack this and get a zombie, and then we'll mill 1 from the Altar and 3 from the Supplier.
Oh, how about that? Hagak. Now you sack Bloodghast, mill 2 more, cast a Gak, mill yourself for 8, get more zombies, cast a Gak, mill 2. Oh, another Bridge from Below.
I have not cast a single creature yet.
Nope. So you cast a Gak.
Nick coming in with the old meandering river strategy.
Yes. Let's delve 5 and convoke 2. Cast a Gak.
Now you mill yourself for 8 and get 2 zombies. Now we have the bridge, and that lets you basically go infinite with a Gak. So now every time he just mills his whole deck, and he gets enough zombies to eventually mill me. And he also gets or at least 1 Vengevine back.
So now we'll play the Hagak and return Vengevine, because that's our second creature.
Yeah, it's self-sustaining. That's the problem. Is it double bridge, Hagak, Altar Dementia, lets you mill your whole deck guaranteed.
So Todd, while we're going through this,
yeah, go ahead.
What do you think about Goblin the Ringleader in Modern?
Not until they ban this. I almost said a bad word. Holy moly. Yeah, so no matter he leaves at least 3 each time. Cast it, get 2 more zombies, cast it, get 2 more zombies. I'm gonna let him do it. Okay,
Let's do it this way.
You just keep going. I'm gonna
Sack the Bridgevine, get 2 more zombies, mill 4.
Stop talking. No, you do. No one cares. You win. Goblin Ringleader is that's fine. I want you to have fun and do it, but no one cares. Goblins cannot exist until decks like this do not exist.
So we can now cast Hogak and
Stop talking.
Sack the other one with it on the stack. Get 2 more zombies.
You're loving this, aren't you?
Yeah.
Turn 2 kill, baby. Just as Richard Garfield intended.
Now I'll mill you for 8. Get 2 zombies.
Okay. Just let me know when it's 53.
So that's 8 so far.
4, 7, 8. Let me know when it's 52.
3, we got to delve 4. That's that.
Cast Hogak with Hogak on the stack. Sack Hogak.
Did I hit another bridge? I have 3 bridges now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now cast this one. That's 16. 3 more zombies.
How many zombies you got in play? I'm pretty sure you got enough to just mill me with just
3,
zombies.
4, 5, 9. We got 15, and I've already milled you for 16, and we have a Hogak.
That's 46.
So that's 16. That's 38. That's 54.
Okay.
That's enough. Okay.
GG. My turn?
Plus I get 3 zombies off this.
My turn?
So that's actually 60.
My turn?
Yeah.
Your turn. So I just got turn 2 killed when I was on the draw. That's really cool.
Yeah, Celestial Colony is a card.
You know what would have been sweet? If I had turn 2 Rest in Peace on the draw. That would have been sweet. What the hell? Another pre-board game? Just to see if my surgicals do anything? Sure. I know you don't care. You want it. You want the pre-board games. That's where you thrive. I kind of want you to win the marbles back just so I get to be on the play ever. You know? Would love to be on the play game 1, you know?
You get to be on the play this game.
Great. Excellent. I have very few ways to interact with your deck in game 1. I think game 1 is very bad.
It has historically been bad for control decks against graveyard decks. Okay. I've always loved playing against Azorius and Jeskai control with Dredge.
Yeah. Like all their Supreme Verdicts and counter spells are usually just not good points of interaction against you.
Yeah. Sometimes Jeskai decks would have Anger of the Gods, but that stopped being a thing after a while.
All right, I'm going to keep this hand because it's cool.
Does it have Surgical Extraction and Snapcaster Mage?
It does not have either of those cards, but it's cool. I'm just going to give you your 2-0 start, and then I'm just going to throw you post board so you just fall apart. My go?
I think this hand is good enough. Yeah. Needs another land. Oh, there it is. I'll go to 18 and play a Stitcher's Supplier.
Okay. Your turn.
So, Todd, we've talked about this before, but MCL 1988 just asked, why not play Serum Vision instead of Opt and Blue-White since you're not playing Terminus?
We just copied the list from McWinsauce, but a lot of it has to do with...
Sure. Attack for 1.
A lot of it has to do with... I'm taking it. That's fine.
19. 19. You can go.
Just playing at instant speed is a pretty big deal because you have things like Logic Nod in your deck.
Don't attack for 1.
I'm just going to cast a Hogak.
That's way better.
Cool.
You're up. Nice op. I was going to get some zombies too.
All right.
Just 14 power on turn 2.
Yeah. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. All right. We're going to take a short break here. We're going to get sideboards put together for you. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
How is this a thing?
All right, we're back here for sideboarding, and I'm going to be on the play, so I'll start. We're going to be bringing in a lot of cards that I think could be good in this matchup. For Rest in Peace, obviously, slam dunk. That's why we're playing for this matchup specifically. Doe's Veto, Force Negation can help stop Alter Dementia draws early on. Force being able to be cast at any point. Doe's Veto is only going to be good really on the play, though, so we may actually cut that on the draw for some other things. And then Celestial Purge can help me knock off some of the black creatures if he doesn't have a sacrifice outlet. And after I have Rest in Peace on the battlefield, Purge just like lets me help spot removal away those annoying creatures alongside Path to Exile. Now I am leaving in 4 Snapcaster Mage because if I don't draw Rest in Peace, Snapcaster Mage is one of the best cards I have access to because I can double Snap Path, double Surgical Extraction, sometimes even Snap Cryptic Command to buy me some time. But there's a chance that I should be bringing in these 3 and maybe like one other card instead of having the 4 Snapcaster Mages in my deck. But we're going to be cutting Click. I don't think it does enough in this matchup. Pressuring through the air, I don't really need to do that. I'm just going to win with one of my Planeswalkers, hopefully, once I get a Rest in Peace down. Narset, Teferi, I don't think these are particularly good in the matchup because he has a lot of these little weenie creatures that can come down and pressure these pretty easily. We don't have a lot of ways to fight that off. And then Timely, I could leave in because if I have Rest in Peace, Timely is one of the better cards I have access to, but it looks so bad in the face of a Hogak that I just don't really want it in the deck. And then Logic Knot because we're bringing Rest in Peace.
Yep. On my side, we've got our answers to Rest in Peace in Wismere and Harbinger to find them. And then this list has 2 Thalia, Guardian of Thraben in the sideboard, which I like a lot in this matchup. We're going to be cutting our Dark Blast because they don't really have targets other than Snapcaster, just not that relevant. Hogak, once again, I think it's a lot worse in post-board games when people have hate. It's just not a card you need to see a ton of. You just like find one pretty late in the game once you've answered their hate card, and it's fine. And then I think Vengevine is the worst creature in this matchup. Bloodghast is a lot easier to bring back. Early and like actually the body is a lot more relevant. Vengevine is harder to bring back early in the game, especially under Rest in Peace. It's the creature that is impossible for us to hardcast because we're on a white splash list instead of a green splash list.
Yeah.
So in the face of a Rest in Peace, it's just going to rot in our hand.
Yeah, I mean, you want all your Bloodghast and Gravecrawlers because at the very least, in the face of a Rest in Peace, you just beat down. You just cast them from your hand.
And an early Vengevine draw is also one of the easiest ones for the Azorius deck to break up because they have 4 Path to Exile and Snapcaster Mage. So unless it's like double Vengevine or Vengevine with Carry and Feeder on turn 2, it's not going to be particularly threatening, or at least it'll be reasonably easy for Todd to answer.
Yeah. All right. What we got?
You had mentioned earlier that you didn't think Tron was playable in the format, and is that just because of the speed of the decks right now?
Yeah. I honestly think Tron's been massively overrated for the last at least 2 months, and generally overrated for a long time, probably a year or so. When people were really ignoring it at the height of Izzet Phoenix, it was like fine, but the deck is pretty just underpowered relative to Modern. It's pretty slow. Like you just never do anything before turn 3, and sometimes your turn 3 Roam Coil or your turn 3 Karn just don't do a whole lot. It's really the Ugin and the Ulamog that are super threatening these days. And
even Walking Ballista sometimes looks better than a lot of those because it allows you to spray down multiple things from the opponent. It also allows you to interact in a proactive way, whereas Worm Coil is very defensive.
Yeah, I agree. And so I just haven't been a fan of Tron for a while. There's all this talk of Karn, the great creator. It really hasn't done a whole lot for the archetype. I don't see the deck succeeding. And since Modern Horizons came in and Bridgevine has dominated, I've basically seen no Tron. I've seen a little bit of Eldrazi Tron. I've seen very little of the other big mana decks, the Primeval Titan decks.
I think the reason why is because I've seen a little bit of Eldrazi Tron too, but the reason why actual Tron hasn't really seen a lot of plays is because Relic of Progenitus is not nearly good enough, and they relied on Relic to buy them a lot of time against the graveyard decks, and it actually gave them a mostly favorable matchup against a lot of the graveyard decks because they had that main deck hate. Now though, like with Altar Dementia just letting you refuel immediately, the draws occasionally on the play being way too fast for a Relic of Progenitus turn 1. It's embarrassing. It's just not a good hate card at the moment.
Yep. So something like on the draw, turn 2 Relic Pop, turn 3 Natural Tron Worm Coil.
Just lose. You just get decked.
Yeah. Either get decked or like they have this huge board and they just sacrifice the creature you block and gain no life and just die in combat. It's just not a good deck.
All right, let's do 1 or 2 more. We haven't taken that many questions today. If you got them,
I got some. Nam Carver wants to know the snowlands in your deck, Todd. Are they just for show?
Yeah, it was just a copy paste from Mick Winsauce, and some people like to play with the snowlands because they look pretty. Look, I just copy pasted. Ross would give me the look. Sorry,
Yeah,
Jerry does the same stuff. I didn't put him on his, but Jerry did his when he was playing the tournament.
Sure. Whatever.
Okay, one more.
We got one from Estes about standard.
So
If you're good with that one, we have. He was wondering, do you think that planar chaos is going to have an impact on the format?
don't know what that is.
I mean, planar cleansing.
Or planar sorry.
Oh, did they reprint planar
reprinting
cleansing?
planar cleansing in the core
My
set.
bad.
Should be pretty good.
Yeah, dude, I think I've always liked that type of card, just a big reset button for control decks, and I like the dynamic of building a control deck without having planar cleansing hurt you that badly. Like a lot of times we saw planar cleansing combined with a top end that was like Sphinx's Revelation, and not a top end that was like Jace Friends Prod or Jace the Mind Sculptor or whatever, right?
Elspeth Sun's Champion.
Yeah.
It's definitely a card that helps out the more reactive control decks. Not sure if it helps them enough because their main issue is that their absorbs are really bad.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna keep mine.
Same.
We'll go to. Just go. Don't want to deal myself damage.
Let's go to 17 and play an Insolent Neonate.
All right. I'm gonna go to 19 and rest in peace.
19, 17.
Here we go. This is the game where I think Ross, even if he doesn't have the Wismare or the Harbinger for the Wismare, he might just beat me down because my hand is very rest in peace heavy. Like this, my draw is pretty reactive and not really. I don't have a Planeswalker or something to get a foothold. But I think that's just going to be common. I just have to find a sweeper or something.
This is definitely getting in. You go to 18. And I have the Harbinger. The question is whether or not I want to risk Todd untapping and having some way to interact with the Wismare on the following turn, because my hand really wants to discard cards to this Neonate. And throwing it away just to be able to Wismare a turn early might end up biting me, but if it does have a way to stop my Wismare once he untaps, then I might just lose the game on the spot.
Yeah.
I do still think I have to go for it. My hand is also land heavy, so we'll find a Wismare. We will
sag it, discard, draw.
Yeah, discard the swamp, go to 15, and then evoke the Wismare and rest in peace.
Okay, and you get to put the Wismare in the graveyard if you want to.
Yes.
Okay, but I think the rest in peace exiles itself.
Yes, it does.
All right, well, let's play another one, I guess. Your turn.
And a Colonnade card that you got 4 in hand?
4 in hand.
Okay, I guess we have our plan then.
Beat down City.
Oh my god, this would have been
17.
Absurd. 17 all. Let's play this and play Bloodghast.
Yep.
You can go.
I will
You're
play.
15.
Yeah, you're right.
15 and I'm at 17?
Yep.
Here we go.
Attack for 3.
I'm going to play a Doomblade.
Yep.
All right, I take 1.
Brings you to 16.
Yep.
I'm going to go to 12. Play 2 more creatures.
Sure.
You can go.
We'll play an Opt. Another Opt is just kind of mana intensive, but yikes. I'm just going to die. Just like I thought I would. Your turn.
You just draw land. Like the Colonnade is stabilizes the battlefield pretty quickly. I'm down to 2 cards in my hand. Attack for 4.
12.
Got 12 all. Let's cast a Faithless Looting.
I'm going to counter it with a veto.
Pass the turn.
Jace. And I think I'm just going to plus on myself. And we'll keep the planes on top just so we can activate Colonnade next turn. Your turn.
Okay, that'll do it. Neonate, sack to Carrion Feeder, attack Jace.
Okay.
Pass.
Your turn.
Now I'm in a pickle. That was not good. I could trade my entire board here for the Colonnade, but that's really bad because right now, like the Colonnade sort of ties up Todd's mana.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to pass. And if I draw one more creature, then I can threaten to, eat the Cog and have the feeder still around.
Mm-hmm.
Alter. Want to counter it?
No.
Pass. Yeah, probably any cryptic command he's going to save for a Wismare for sure. If this game just goes along like this, it favors Todd.
Yeah. I mean, also, he's getting to a spot where even if he draws another creature, I don't know if he even wants to shove it into the Carrion Feeder, because I could just Path or Purge or something. But
they're Carrion Feeder.
Yep.
You can go.
Fact or fiction? Or let's tap it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Cryptic command against the other 4.
Okay, we'll take the other 4.
I'm dead.
I mean, no, but Field of Ruin actually can lock you out of the game at some point, and Cryptic is this is shutting you down right now. So put a Force of Negation on bottom. Plus, Op can just find me a path, and then that plus Colonnade just puts you in a really bad spot.
Yep.
I will play Field of Ruin and say go. And actually, can I go ahead and pop your... Yeah, I'm going to pop your Godless Shrine so you can't Wismare. Say go.
Cards in hand?
I have 6. Yep.
You're up. Actually, yeah, no, you're up.
Cut.
You're good.
Field of Ruin. Pop your Blood Crypts. Here we go.
Harbinger.
Sure.
Find a Wismare.
Sure.
Pass a turn.
Go.
Draw a Wismare.
Yep.
Shock to 10, evoke it.
Your turn. Let's go counter and draw.
You can go.
All right, now I'm basically just looking for a sweeper effect here with the Rest in Peace to clean all this up. Go.
Yeah, you had enough to activate the Colonnade. Maybe I should have attacked that turn. Tried to punch through some damage. You got how many cards over there?
I have 6.
That's a lot.
Yep.
Don't think anything goes well if I attack. Pass.
Go.
Looting.
Counter.
You can go.
It's one of the cool things about Force Negation is that even if, you can just cast it for 3 mana as a negate, and it's, pretty fine a lot of times. Your turn. Do I even have a basic left in my deck? I don't actually know.
Oh, you've got 7 islands and 2 plains.
Okay.
You can go.
All right, I'll go ahead and go to...
10.
That's probably not good. Let's keep this. Just go to 11.
11.
All right, so now I guess we can start maybe attacking with the Colonnade and then still holding it up to block. Draw. Yep, attack for 4.
6.
Go. Probably could have done that last turn also, but...
Smush you.
Actually, Colonnade.
Yep.
Block here.
Put a counter on it.
Sure.
Put a counter on it.
Sure.
Go to damage.
I will pass it.
Mill you for 4.
Okay. Why don't you just put a counter on your other carrion feeder?
You can go. It doesn't matter. My hand is 4 Bridgevine blows.
Well, then concede. We can just play another game.
Yeah. Second hate card keeps getting me.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's good, right? Because that means if they ever only draw 1, you're fine. You know, you keep having the answer for the first one, just not the second one. One of the reasons I actually have put Zombie Infestation in my deck, in that version, just because I like the post-sideboard games with it. Plus, in game 1, it lets you dump your hand if you have a bunch of graveyard stuff, while also making zombies for Gravecrawler, which I like.
Is it because you just really like Zombie Infestation as a card?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You found me out.
I've heard Todd talk a lot about Zombie Infestation.
You found me out, Ross. Sorry. Okay, so that was game 3. Ross up 2-1. Won both pre-board games quite easily. And I got double rest in peace on the play in game 3. That's pretty good. I think I'm actually going to cut Dovin's Veto. I think the force negations are enough. You don't have that many things that I really care about. And on the draw, Veto is quite bad. I have some Spell Pierces already I can use. I think I just have the one that I want to cut for something.
I think you should just have a Lyra in your deck.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. Okay. How's your 7?
That's pretty good.
All right. Anything over there, Mr. Rob?
A lot of people are wondering why you didn't just attack a bunch, Ross, but...
Yeah, I probably could have been more aggressive. I just didn't think anything was going to go well if I did that, but nothing was going to go well if I...
I think, what if you just like start shoving and you just never sacrifice anything? You just hit me for 4, hit me for 5, hit me for 6 or whatever.
Yeah, that's probably what I should have done.
Yeah, I mean, I had Path for a little while, but it took me a little while to draw like a couple more things. You could have potentially put a hurt on me. Yeah.
That's just there's sort of a general principle that when you're behind, you should just get aggressive. Because usually things, it's really hard to catch up from behind. You know, usually you just have to steal the game because like whatever is putting them ahead is going to allow them more tactical flexibility to continue to press that advantage. So you just sort of have to like maybe you like hope they get a little sloppy and then steal a game. Just get aggressive.
All right. I mulliganed a 7 with no lands. I almost kept it because I had a Surgical Extraction and 2 Snapcaster Mages.
I think with 4 Rest in Peace in your deck.
Yeah, I can mulligan a little bit more aggressively here. 3, 6. This is a fine 6. Take a look at the top. Force Negation on top could potentially stop Ross from playing a turn 2 Altar, and we don't have Rest in Peace. But I think my hand is actually just fine. And Force Negation, I don't actually have the extra card at the moment really to pitch to it.
Not a good sequence of hits.
Go. Motorbug.
I'm going to go to 17, get a Godless Shrine, play a Thalia, and attack for 1.
In response.
I'm going to opt.
Guess not.
Yep. So we're going to have 17 for me, 19 for you.
Just keep the land.
Pass the turn.
Just because the Thalia is going to be a bit annoying.
Another Colonnade.
I don't know what you want from me, man. It's in the deck.
Got 6 in hand.
Yeah. Now, this would be one of the draws where I would very much like a Timely Reinforcements against, because he's not really doing a whole lot of graveyard shenanigans. And it could buy me some much-needed life points and potentially trade off with things like Stitchers or Blood Gas or whatever.
Faithless Looting.
Sure.
Let's discard these. I guess we can just discard these. That makes more sense. Now we're cooking with gas. Yeah. Let's play the Gravecrawler.
Wait. That looting costs 2 because of Thalia.
Okay, that changes things.
Okay, so looting on the stack, Gravecrawler, Bridge in hand. You've drawn 2. So you can change your discards, fine. You don't have a land to play?
No, I do.
Okay.
Let's just do it this way then. So same discards, then I'm just trying not to get surgical tier because this Gravecrawler is pretty important.
Yeah, so you're going to go to 15.
So yeah, let's go to 15. And then I guess in order to play around this surgical, I'm actually going to end up... Oh, no, because I can tap all of these. So let's just tap those and play a Hogak. You're up. And if this is not...
I didn't really... I mean, I had surgical, but I didn't feel like should cast it at any point.
You just never had a...
I could have forced a negation your Faithless Looting, but I would have had to pitch Snapcaster or Cryptic Command. I'm dead.
You go to 6.
You have a Thalia. I can't Wrath.
Yeah, but you can survive with a Snap, which means I'm definitely playing this. Because that leaves
This has Trample. It has Trample, you big doofus. We went over this last week.
Did we? Why? It already has so many abilities. Why did they put Trample on it? It has so many abilities already.
I know. All right, so Ross has won the match 3-1, even if we play another game, and we have about 8 minutes left. So I guess we can try to get one more in, but I think we should do like a quick concede one way or the other.
Sure. So that was an example of how good Hogak can be against Rest in Peace on the draw.
Yeah,
it's pretty easy to cast it underneath it. You know, I did play Thalia to stop it by turn, but I also play Thalia, so like
I didn't even have it. I just drew it. I just cast it for comedic effect. But if I had it, it still would have got shut down by the Thalia, which is hilarious.
Yeah. And then, importantly, the Thalia also just stops them from having the sweeper on the following turn.
Yeah. Thalia looked really strong there.
And then if you had Path to Exile, you could have had land 4, Path plus Snap a block something to survive.
Yeah. I guess if I was going to re-sideboard, I'd probably bring both Timelies back in. Probably just cut Force and Negation because holy crap, it just looks pretty bad.
If you would force that Faithless Looting, I think.
Yeah, but I bottomed one already. I didn't really want to pitch the Snap. I had Snap, Surgical, Cryptic Command were like my spells, and the Force and Negation. And like I like keeping the Snap Surgical potential there instead of pitching.
Maybe you pitch the Cryptic then.
I mean, maybe, but
would have been weird because I had an answer to your Rest in Peace and you ripped Rest in Peace, but
okay, yeah, sure. Keep.
This is not a great hand, but it's enough to keep in a post-board game.
Your turn.
I'll go to 18 and play a Supplier.
Sure. Number 19. Go.
Attack for 1.
18 all.
Faithless Looting.
Force of Negation. Pitching. Force of Negation.
You can go.
Oh, you didn't have a land.
Yeah.
So I can give you a swamp and shut you off a red. I'm going to do that. Give me another white mana in case I have a double white spell next turn. This will keep him from playing another looting or a...
the looting also gets exiled off the Force of Negation.
Oh, yeah, we forgot. I keep forgetting about that. That's a cool little thing on it. I guess that is another good reason to have cast it in game 3 there, because it exiles it. So, and the game's going to go a little long with the way my hand was working.
Done after that?
Mm-hmm.
Attack for 1.
Yep.
Gravecrawler.
17. Yep.
You can go.
Your turn.
Attack for 3.
Okay. 14.
You can go.
Fact or fiction? Please say Jace versus the rest. Please say Jace versus the rest. It's really stupid because you can't really give me Jace land either. I mean, you can. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. This is pretty bad for you, even though it's like not even a good fact or fiction.
Yeah.
It's either 4-1 Jace or 3-2 Jace land, and I'm like 95% to take Jace land. And I think I'm 0% to take Jace over 4 card.
Yeah, I think it's Jace land.
They go to the grave, right? It's been a long time.
Yeah. Got the classic Citrus Supplier Mills my land drop.
You really gonna complain right now? Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Very unlucky.
how can he? I don't think he can actually get rid of my Jace if I plus this turn. So let's do that.
Just wait till I conflagrate you with a bunch of
Fine.
gas.
Your turn.
Is it a land?
No, it's a Gravecrawler, which is like still not great. But
Attack your Jace.
Jace at 2.
Like Gravecrawler.
Draw. Let's go to 4.
That's not good.
Again. Top.
That's not good. No sirree.
Fetch to
buttons.
13. Get a planes and say go.
Assume we're getting Cryptic here. Declare tax.
Sure.
All Jace.
Celestial Purge a Gravecrawler.
Jace to 1.
It's a perfect number for Jace.
Go to discard.
Okay. Draw. Brainstorm. Back a land and a surgical, because I'm going to go fetch Rest in Peace.
You're 12.
Or Rest in Peace triggers on the stack. I might do a thing.
Yeah, might snap some.
I might go Path, Snap, Path. Yeah. Trigger on the stack, Path 1, Snap, Path the other. Then it all gets exiled. Here you go.
Okay, I'm dead.
All right.
Was going to play Neonate on turn 1, and then I drew Supplier. And I was like, yeah, I guess I'll just Supplier on turn 1, and it would have been much better for me to get the Neonate down.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I do want to say that the games where you were on the play, even in the face of Rest in Peace, were quite impressive. The game where you played turn 2 Thalia, turn 3 Hogak, there was like very little I could have done. I mean, I could have forced him negation the Faithless Looting, but I think you can still maybe just cast the Hogak anyway. I think you still had enough raw resources with the fetch land. Maybe you have to exile like your whole graveyard to do it, but with the Thalia on the play, I don't think that that's that big of a deal.
Yeah, sometimes it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely agree. I think that's one of the reasons I like Grafdigger's Cage so much, is that it doesn't fall into that trap. And there's not a whole lot that they do with just their graveyard. They're not loaming, and maybe like the shenanigans is an issue, and it's a little bit easier for them to recover from it once they kill it. But maybe you want to mix just so that you don't get caught in that issue of being too slow on the draw.
I mean, if you look at that game, though, the only real graveyard synergy you had against a Grafdigger's Cage specifically was bringing back a Gravecrawler off the Faithless Looting. And I honestly don't think that that was that particularly devastating. You could have just discarded another random card, cast the Gravecrawler, and then cast Hogak from hand, and that would have been just as good.
Yeah, so maybe that's an issue too. Like you can maneuver around Crafter's Cage to some extent, but there are definitely going to be games where I don't have the creatures and I'm trying to have Stitcher suppliers and altars and what have you, and I'm milling into them, and then the cage really shuts me down.
Yeah.
Though if I'm altering, Rest in Pieces usually comes down in time because I'll alter turn 2. You probably don't die. You did. Once.
I did die once today on turn 2.
But
that was impressive.
You're probably not going to die. So the Rest in Peace is probably in time against Alter, but there are games where a turn 2 Hogak comes down, or Thalia into Hogak, which is virtually the same thing.
Yeah. I do like that your anti-graveyard cards, or your anti-graveyard cards, like Wismare and Ingot Chewer, don't actually get hit by Force of Negation. That's a pretty big deal, because I think one of the strengths of this deck is that you can play Rest in Peace with Force of Negation backup against stuff like Nature's Claim, and they just can't really do much about it.
There are lists that play Nature's Claim and Green Source to hardcast Vengevine.
Yeah.
And you're probably happier to see that than you are to see this variant.
Yeah, for sure. The Azorius control deck, I'll say this, the 2 games I won felt like I was kind of on the brink in a lot of spots where if things had gone Ross's way a little bit, like if you just drawn a red mana source after I field ruined you, I think that the game would have just been drastically different, and sometimes like you just don't draw the land. I had the Force Negation for the Faithless Looting, yada yada. And I think the game could have gone just like wildly differently, and I could have even gotten 4-1 in a spot where I was like, had a pretty good draw in that game.
Yeah. There's definitely it's a tightrope to walk even when you're playing with the hate cards, because one mistake and they can completely devastate you in one turn, either answering it or casting a bunch of creatures that you're unprepared for, and you still have to play Magic.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for the second match, but it's 1-1. I think it's time to get out the marbles. Dun, 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 dun. All right, for those of you who are unaware.
Oh, everyone's aware.
Everyone's aware? You really think everyone's aware? It's been a long time since they've even been up for grabs.
Don't think anyone forgot.
All right, well, we're coming back for the third match of the Hogak Gauntlet after a few minutes here. We're going to take a short break while we get that set up. We're going to be playing against Is It Phoenix, Jerry Thompson's particular build featuring a lot of new cards, so make sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back for more Versus Live.